house always wins. Play long enough, you never change the stakes. The house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. Been practicing this good. A little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed.
That was good. I liked it.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Big Easy Bets podcast. I'm your host, Logan, and with me in the studio, Nick Von Brick.
What up?
With us on the ones and twos, Joseph Ascani.
What it do?
This is college football week 9, NFL week 8, episode 168. Hit subscribe if you're watching on YouTube right now. It's right there at the bottom of the screen. Click it. If you're watching on, if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever, it doesn't matter. Hit subscribe. We'd appreciate it. We're going to try to get back on track this week. We, meaning myself and Nick, because Joseph swept the board again. Joseph's picking over 63%, or no, he's picking 63% against the spread right now.
Yeah.
You're not impressed?
No, it's impressive.
You seem like you wanted to brush that under the rug.
He's like, did you see the year I had last year?
No, 63% is damn good. Should you have had Duke or Florida State? No, I mean, that's a story for 20 minutes from now.
We'll get to that for sure.
Yeah, I got high hopes for this week, but I have high hopes for every week. So I'm going to do everything I can to kind of get it out of the gutter. I'm getting a haircut tomorrow. I think I'm going to go back to. I'm going to go to the church. I'm serious.
Yeah.
You probably should too.
I don't know.
No?
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, it probably definitely is.
I might go to a different church though.
No, I don't think it's so much just church in general. I think it's that church. That one particular church. We'll break down a couple things before we get into this week's slate and the recap, obviously. The Saints lose again. Y'all were both on them.
Yeah.
That was foolish.
Well, apparently Lawrence knees just fine.
Yeah.
Because that motherfucker can running like a gazelle out there.
Yeah. The Saints stink. The offensive play calling's horrific. I put a video about it on Instagram, a halftime update, and then just the lack of creativity is criminal. Pete Carmichael should certainly be fired. Derek Carr's overrated. The receivers don't like him, you can tell. He chewed Chris Olave out, who we'll get to in a second. When he chewed Chris Olave out on that deep ball down the right sideline, Michael Thomas came out on social media and basically confirmed that, like, Olave's never an option on that play. He said it's the backside dig or Taysom in the flat or whoever was over the middle. Like, I think he should be the first look on that. Like, they have all this going over here, and Thomas was coming across the middle, and he's wide open. So, and he deleted the tweet. So, Derek Carr's chewing Chris Olave out for a ball that was 5 yards. It was caught by Amadi outside the white sideline.
Yeah, he threw the ball out of bounds.
It wasn't even close.
He sucks.
Yeah, no, but I don't understand.
He's a one-read piece of shit quarterback, dude.
No, he's not good. He's not good. He's got arm talent, but he doesn't have it between the ears. He doesn't have the ability to hang in the pocket and be okay with taking a hit. To
the
deliver a
damn
ball.
makeshift offensive line, I thought, did well above expectations.
Yeah,
I agree.
Did.
I agree. He had plenty of time. Mm-hmm. The Rashid Shaheed missed touchdown at the back of the end zone where Shaheed makes an incredible one-handed catch, just doesn't get the foot down.
Oh, he was open before that.
And he had plenty of time to throw.
Yeah.
Even when he did throw it, it's like set your feet and throw it to him. You could have put it on the numbers, and that's a touchdown. He's not good. You throw a fade route. Everybody wants to chew out Foster Moreau, which you have to catch that ball. There's no other excuse. There's no two ways about it. You have to catch that football. But that didn't lose us the game. You could say Derek Carr's pick 6 lost us the game, and he tried to throw a pick the play before. But Foster Moreau dropped that football on 3rd down.
Yeah, how about when you throw an interception, you go and try to fucking tackle the guy?
Yeah.
He didn't pursue at all.
And then he's injured. I don't like that. I don't like that. Drew Brees' fucking shoulder was falling off the bone, and he wasn't giving you any sign that he wasn't able to hang in there. And we were so lucky and got so just kind of used to excellence at the quarterback position that you expect it and you take it for granted, and then when you don't get it, you're like, whoa, this guy's horrible. It's like, no, this guy's just the middle of the pack. He's just not one of the best quarterbacks to ever walk the earth. that we were lucky to have for 15 years. I don't know what is next. We have an easy schedule. As of right now, the way the NFC playoff picture shapes up, the Falcons and the Buccaneers would be in the playoffs. We'll probably find a way to backdoor our way into the playoffs. I wouldn't doubt it. The schedule's so weak, the division's so bad. But it's like we talked about. You're not going to do anything when you get there. It's clear as day that the chemistry with the receivers is not there.
Yeah, nobody likes each other.
If Chris Olave had a click remote, he would pause it and go beat the shit out of Derek Carr. Out of Derek Carr. He would punch the shit out of it. You can just tell they don't like each other. I'm sure Shaheed likes Carr because he throws it to him every fucking time on a deep ball. So,
and then you don't. I thought they should have ran it on one of those 4 plays. You got 2 timeouts.
Yeah, I did too. I was telling my dad, especially on second down, I was like, they got to be running it here, and they didn't. And then I was like, well, you can still run it on third down because you know you have fourth down.
Exactly.
Well, for
Taysom run was easy.
Yeah.
The touchdown run.
Yeah, and it's like,
Works every time.
I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know why they overcomplicate shit. I really don't.
Yeah.
And then they want to get cute at the dumbest point, at like the stupidest times. But to throw a fade route,
Yeah, that made me sick.
on fourth down and it wasn't even close. To just continuously throw this fade route over and over again.
We just saw it the week before.
Yeah.
Twice.
No, technically you saw 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
You saw one that way, and we'll try back that way, and then back that way, and then same. Literally.
Yeah.
It's no creativity. It's just, and it's not even a ball that they have a chance on. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's pretty sickening, to be honest. I was on the over, so I was happy for that. But it's such a weird feeling. Like, I don't like it. Like, I'm not cheering for the Jaguars to score, but inside I was like, fuck yeah, I need that to win money. So, but it just doesn't feel right. I'd rather be a shootout I'd rather be the Giants game with Drew where he throws, 7 touchdowns and the defense. I'd rather that. I'd rather go back to those days. I would way rather go back to those days where it's like, oh, we're scoring 50, but we gave up 50. Mm-hmm. So it's like, really, what would you rather? Would you rather be the Steelers with an incredible defense and a horrible offense every year? No, you'd rather be the team with the good offense. It's better at the end of the day. It's more exciting. Touchdowns are fun. Touchdowns are fun. Because eventually your defense will give up touchdowns. And if you can't score them, now you're really having a bad time. So speaking of Chris Olave, he got arrested. You saw that? It's funny. You saw that?
Yeah. He'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. No, without question. People forget that Lattimore got arrested for getting pulled over with a gun. Kamara beat the dog shit out of somebody on camera and had to go to had to go to court for it.
Marcus Day with Justin's
Justin's dad fucking trying to take Marcus May out of the secondary. No, I think it's funny how well, they released the body cam footage. So Chris Olave got arrested for going 70 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour speed limit. Kenner PD, they have like 2 posts on social media in the last 5 years, and one of them was releasing the body cam footage of Chris Olave. Like, is the police force trying to generate social media clicks? What are we doing? I don't understand. What's the point of releasing that? Are you trying to go viral on Twitter?
I didn't see it. What?
So it looks like he's in his driveway. I guess he was going so fast he got home quick. So they pulled him over, I guess. It looked like he was outside of his house. And there's not really much to it except for the fact that he goes, man, because I play for the Saints. And the cop responds, and? Like, basically, like, don't care. And so people are kind of dragging him.
The Saints suck.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, brother, that doesn't hit like it used to. That doesn't carry the same weight. People are dragging him for like, oh, he had to say he played for the Saints. What's the fucking point of playing for the Saints?
Yeah, right.
You got people out there whose second cousin twice removed from 2 counties over is a fucking deputy sheriff. And they're like, you know Mark? I know Mark. He's in the force. It's like, you don't even fucking know Mark. You don't talk to him at Thanksgiving, but you're going to name drop him when you're about to get a speeding ticket. Mm-hmm. So you're going to be like, oh, he had to tell him he's Chris Olave. It's like, yeah, that kind of comes with the fucking territory of being Chris Olave. I don't knock him for it. What's the point? If you can get out of it, it's like he's going to have to deal with all the scrutiny and shit. If I can just be, hey, I play for the Saints. He goes, oh, shit.
Can I get your autograph?
Yeah. Well, we need you this week.
Yeah.
It's like, if it was Derek Carr, would he let him go? I would hope that he would have fucking put him in prison. So
we have to get a new quarterback.
Yeah.
Start Hainer.
It's really not that big of a deal. People like to blow shit out of proportion, but also too, he even tweeted. He was like, "Man, he's like, they were quick, like to like fucking bring him down." It's like, I don't know, people like relish in others' downfall, and this is such a non-factor. I don't even think Lattimore got suspended when he got caught with the gun, and that they had him on the body cam footage with the cop being like, "You're gonna shoot your dick off, son." Like, so it is what it is. Chris Olave will be fine. It's just funny that they posted that it's a speeding ticket. It's literally a speeding ticket. And they posted the body cam footage. So, Kenner PD is a bunch of bitches. At least their social media is.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm wearing my Caleb Williams jersey today because I posted a video about Caleb Williams that it's just, dude, people, you can't talk about anybody without somebody being like, you're the biggest hater. And they get so mad. Some of these comments are the dumbest things I've ever read. I just respond to everybody like ruthlessly though, because I can't decipher who's a bot and who's not. So I just assume everybody's a bot. And one guy said, "You have absolutely tarnished your credibility as a journalist." I was like, "Go to bed, old man." I was like, "Welcome to the internet, you fucking dipshit." And he's like, "I'm a 70-year-old grandpa and like I'm a grandfather and blah blah blah." I was like, all right, well, congrats on the grandkid. Like, I just, there's so many people that like take these weird stances and like misspell simple words that I'm like, I feel like it's like I don't know if they're real or if they're a bot. And yeah, people, it just turned into a cesspool of Caleb Williams as a piece of shit. And one guy literally said, because the video was about Caleb Williams, the rumor circulating about Caleb Williams requesting ownership of a team, equity in the team that drafts him. And one guy said, "I'll give him ownership of this fart." Like, what the fuck is going on, dude? And they're like, "You're just a hater." I'm not a hater. I have a Caleb Williams jersey on my body right now. We knew about Caleb Williams before any of you fucking idiots knew about Caleb Williams. The Red River rivalry comes in for, who was the shitbag he replaced? Ritter. Yeah. Desmond Ritter comes in, replaced, down 3 scores, brings us back from the dead, and then Kennedy Brooks hammers it home, seals the deal. Yeah, one guy was like, "You just absolutely wasted your time making this video, you fucking loser." It's like, brother, I made this video in my closet. It has 120,000 views. You can suck my dick. This took me 20 minutes from recording to editing to posting. It's got 120,000 views, so you can suck my dick. And then came back, dropped another one, 100K again. So all of y'all, below me. Let's talk about Michigan. You saw him?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Do you know the details?
Know a little bit about it. I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't think anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what do you know about it?
I know that they are stealing people's signs.
Yes.
And they found the staffer buying tickets. So
yes. So everybody's stolen signs for all eternity since football's been played. Venables at Oklahoma is notorious for stealing people's signs. I'm assuming they mean like looking across the way and like going, "I think they're running it." Like,
yeah.
So as I gathered, so this rule is in place that you can't do this. This is an old, like, archaic rule. It's for the smaller schools that couldn't afford to buy a ticket to send somebody to go scout the signs. That's why they put this rule in place. So Michigan, it's kind of an elaborate scheme, I gotta say, but also too, it's like, how much did I mean, it definitely helps. It's different. Deion Sanders talked about it, and he was like, it's different with baseball. If you know a curveball's coming, you have a tremendous edge. In football, you can know there's a sweep to the right, but you still got to stop it, type of thing. It does help if you know, like, they're going to run it to the right. We're going to fucking overload the right side. But still, it seems kind of like smoke and mirrors or not that much substance, in my opinion. I don't understand. I mean, we're in 2023, and they do these signs because they don't have the money to put a fucking speaker in the quarterback's helmet. You're telling me that we don't have enough money to outfit one helmet 1 helmet per school with a speaker, the starting quarterback, whatever you want to call it, 3 helmets for the entire quarterback room. Why are we still out there sign language like we're the school of the deaf to the fucking leaning over there with signs with 7 different fucking pictures on them and guys in fluorescent vests waving their arms?
Yeah.
Just get the fucking headset. They already have them on. Put a speaker in his ear. Hey, we're running fucking Blue 42. And then you don't have to worry about any of this. But there was, like, they found a public Venmo. You saw that?
Mm-mm.
They found a public Venmo transaction between that guy and another Michigan staffer with the caption GA. And it was the day before he sent money. It doesn't tell you the amount, but he sent money to this guy the day before Georgia played Ohio State in the semifinals. So they're assuming, this was last year, so they're assuming, like, obviously they felt like they were going to beat TCU, so they sent him to go scout the signs to who they thought they were going to play in the national championship. So, I don't know. Switch your fucking signs up.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really that big of a deal. Nothing's going to happen this year.
No, but, yeah.
What?
I just don't know how common it is. Like, you think other schools are doing the same thing?
I don't know to the extent that Michigan did. I think that it's if you're not cheating, you're not trying. I just think that they cheated better. I think everybody's trying to figure out the signals and all of that. And
because they'll put up like symbols and shit, you know, like big cards and stuff. But that's for the whole team.
Yeah, but it's also to have some type of. It's also to have. Not to give away exactly what you're doing. Yeah. So,
but like the quarterback thing, it's like everybody's looking at those signs, and the quarterback's probably not saying anything.
Yeah, it'll be like Beyonce.
For teams that have run no huddle and stuff, they'll put up signs and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I just think that they probably went a step further than everybody else has, but I do think, I guess there is a rule in place that you can't send somebody, but it's like, I don't understand. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
really.
the rule is that the in person is what's getting them.
Yeah. And that rule was put in place allegedly decades ago for the smaller schools that couldn't afford to send somebody to go scout their opponent.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really. It's like how the guy who was doing it was apparently like ex-military and was I guess good at figuring it out.
Going in with disguises and shit.
I don't know. I mean, but it's like what he's going to scout it out one time and he's figuring out everything they're doing. Why don't you make your signs a little bit more difficult to decipher in one sitting? You know what I mean? I don't know. I think it's more. I don't think it's like when there's smoke, there's fire. Yeah, they probably did it. I think a lot of people are doing it. It's one of those things. Like if you probably really went into the rabbit hole, you probably find out that a lot of teams. Like really, do you think Michigan's the only one?
Oh, that's what I'm wondering.
I highly doubt it. To send one guy to the game and be like, hey, go try to figure out if fucking this means fucking deep ball down the right side. Like, I would be shocked if they were the only. There's so many schools. Why I would highly, highly doubt it. You don't think sleazeball Dana Holgerson's sending somebody to go scout UTSA? Come on. I don't think anything will happen. Certainly nothing will happen this year. There's no way. They're not going to come. There's no way. Nothing's going to happen this year, especially when they're like the front runner to win it all at this point. All right. All right, last thing I pretty much got. So y'all are dropping like flies playing flag football.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't there.
No?
No, I had an obligation.
You quit on them?
No, I've just been busy.
You had a Sunday obligation?
Yeah, I had an engagement party.
Oh, right. So apparently Devin's ankle snapped. Snap.
Yeah, it was bad, I heard.
Well, Joseph was talking to me about it. He said that Jordan put in the group chat that Devin fucked his ankle up real bad, and your next response was, what was the score?
Yeah, I said, did we win?
Did we win? That's what it was.
Oh, man.
Devin, if you're listening, I hope you get better soon.
Yeah, apparently he snapped his ankle and severed a ligament?
Yeah, something. It was bad. Like
Jesus
apparently you could
Christ.
see the injury.
Oh God!
Goodness gracious.
Oh my God! I'm not laughing because he's hurt, because that fucking sucks. I'm honestly partially laughing that you care about the team so much that you'll bypass Devin's injury to ask what the score was, but you won't skip an engagement party. Oh my God. Oh shit! Devin's ankle's dangling.
All for nothing.
Devin's ankle is dangling off the edge of his fucking shin bone, and you're like, "Did we fucking win? Did they win?"
No.
Oh God! He fucking broke it in a loss.
They had he had to leave in an ambulance, I think. So somebody had to accompany him, and then we were short-handed.
Yeah, poor Jordan got fucking volunteered for that job. He had to go sit at the ER for probably 6 hours.
Yeah, how about you take our worst player and send him with Devin? I mean, their strategy to win a game.
Get in the ambulance. No, not you, Jordan. Not you. You were playing safety. Get back out there. No, I think it's hilarious that I told y'all this was going to happen.
Everybody's been getting hurt. I mean, obviously this is most serious, but
yeah, Devin will never walk right again. Dude, I remember when Alec was like, "Do you want to play flag football?" I said, "Fuck no." Well, one, I was like, "What day is it?" He said, "Sunday." I was like, "Not a chance. Not a chance. I appreciate the invite, but I gotta watch football, and I'm not fucking tearing my Achilles. I'm not doing something. It's time for us to hang it up. It is. You're in good shape. You're training for marathons. That's straight line running. That's straight line running. It is time for us to hang it up."
Yeah, but I'm never even close to getting hurt.
We played flag the last time I played flag football.
Yeah, that was before I was
You've had
in
a chronic
shape
leg injury for since.
Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with it.
You just you've been talking about a knee injury for 4 years now.
Yeah, well, I haven't had much problems with my knee since I started exercising.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure. That'll definitely
use
help.
it or you lose it.
No, it's time that everybody, 99.9% of the people listening to this right now, if you're thinking about going to play in a men's league or something, don't. Those days are long gone. They probably never were here to begin with, but if they were, they're certainly gone now. Take it from me. I used to play sports in high school. I'll play pickleball. I texted you yesterday. I said, I'm down to play pickleball again. I pulled my groin playing pickleball the day before our golf tournament. We're going to get hurt. It's just going to happen. It's the way it is. We don't train like we used to. We never really hardly trained at all. We're fat and gross and out of shape, and we're not going to ever be athletically gifted ever again. Hang it up or lose your ankle. Sorry, Devin. It's time we all accept it. Face the facts, dude. Those days are long gone. We play pickleball, we play golf, and pool. That's it. Everything that requires minimal energy. We play pickleball and we get gassed. So... all right, let's get into a recap of last week. I thought in college football, I thought it was about to be the week I was going to get them. I really did. I'm trying to change the momentum. I'm trying to change turn the tides a little bit. I have no luck going my way, but here I am again, positive for some reason. I have high hopes. UTEP plus 3.5. Me and Nick were both on it. Let me pull it up just so I have it sitting in front of me. If I could even find it. Where
it wasn't even close.
Oh, I'm on week 2 for some reason. Sorry. Yeah, so UTEP against
New Mexico State.
Yes. What fucking week are we going into?
9.
All right, now I got it. Yeah, 28-7. Stood no chance. I just keep going against New Mexico State when it's like I know New Mexico State well. Took them week 1. I had high hopes on what this team could have been. It took them quite a while to get rolling, but they have been, as of late, they've covered at least their last 3 in a row. And the offense looks good, but the defense looks better. UTEP stinks. I was kind of hoping Hardison would be back. I was kind of taking that gamble a little bit there. He wasn't back. But then I also had the under 48.5. So when UTEP only scores 7 points, we're going to cash that pretty much every time. Now we fast forward to Saturday. Friday. I had 2 ads. 2 ads. If you're not following us on social media or YouTube, you need to. We will be giving out plays on there. And I said it on the episode last week that if E.J. Warner was out, I was going to take SMU. I kind of took a gamble here again. I trusted a source who said that he expected him to be out. It was before the news dropped, or at least before people caught on. I gave out SMU first half minus 10.5 and full game minus 20.5. The first half line went to, it touched 14 at one point, and the full game went to 24. So SMU won 55-0. They beat the dog shit out of Temple. They never stood a chance. Then we go to Saturday. Started it off with Penn State and Ohio State. My lock of the week was Penn State, Ohio State under 48. This was an easy winner, 20-12. I kind of was furious with the strip sack touchdown that was called back. Let me backtrack. My number one takeaway is Drew Aller's just not there yet. He's not. This is a really good Ohio State defense. Jim Knowles, I've been talking about him for 2 years now, coming over from Oklahoma State. Typically takes you a year to get things kind of going. That Ohio State defense is going. It's very good. Penn State, Aller needs to be a little bit more mobile, but his accuracy was in question big time. Clearly just not ready for that moment. I do still have high hopes for him. I think in next year and the year after, he's certainly a guy to keep an eye on, that he's going to be a good quarterback for years to come. Offensively, they just couldn't do anything. They wouldn't lean on the run. I don't understand. Singleton or Kentron Allen, whatever his fucking first name is, neither one had double-digit carries. I don't understand. Help your quarterback out. But there was a strip sack, return for a touchdown, and then a flag comes out. It probably was defensive holding. I didn't think it was egregious. Do you know what play I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I agreed with I guess, like, from being the standpoint, if you're Penn State better, yeah, that's extremely frustrating. But I agree that it was holding, without a doubt, in my eyes.
Yeah, I don't think he was ever going to him. It didn't look like he was looking down the left side almost entirely. But I don't know. I didn't watch it that closely. He could have been trying to go to Harrison, and then that could directly be the reason why he took the sack. I don't know. I felt like it was a late flag, at least on the broadcast. I mean, literally, he's in the end zone.
Yeah, I think
high-fiving fans, and then the fucking thing comes up.
But on the replay, the referee throws it immediately.
Yeah. Regardless, I don't like Gus Johnson just giving Marvin Harrison Maserati Marv.
Yeah.
I honestly,
that was a biased broadcast.
Oh, it always is. Gus, you should have heard him fucking for Colorado. He was rooting for Colorado more than Dion was. I don't like Gus Johnson. I think it's all. He's just trying to do too much. It's a show. It's a too much theatrics, I guess. Like Marvin Harrison caught a 3-yard pass in the flat. He goes, Maserati. I was like, what the fuck, dude? He dropped a ball. Maserati Marv. Like, dude, blow that candle out for me.
I like it.
Joseph.
Either one of y'all.
I think
don't touch it. It's gonna be hot. Just blow it out. Yeah, lean forward.
Oh my God. It's not even my birthday.
One more. Oh man, that's bad luck for your.
Still
bets.
made a wish.
Yeah, I just think it's a little much.
I like it. I like the way you just did it too.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
I think it brings a
Did
spark,
he just give
dude.
him that nickname though?
Oh, I guess.
You just gave him the nickname Maserati Marv?
Well, I never heard it before he started saying
What if he doesn't like to be called Marv? Every time I hear Marv, I think of Home Alone. Get him, Marv! I don't know. I wasn't a fan. But nonetheless, the lock cashes easily under 48. Navy plus 11 was the next play. When I say this was, dude, it's the epitome of the ball just will not bounce my way this year. This is the epitome. This sums it up. Navy's defense came to fucking play. Navy's defense showed up big time. It was 0-0, and then they had what is the longest play in Service Academy history, which was a 94-yard touchdown pass down the sideline. Let's see. Sorry, I said I wasn't going to check the fucking score of the game I have going right now. I accidentally did. Yeah, so then you're going back and forth. We got Navy plus 11. They won't go to the backup quarterback. They finally do for the last like 2 drives, Levitai, the senior who's been there for forever, and finally, all of a sudden they can move the ball. The quarterback they had in before him is the worst quarterback I've ever seen. I've never seen somebody just relentlessly take sacks backed up against their goal line like that, not even trying to move and get the ball out. I have no, and then they do where they go hut, and then they fake like they're going to like run backwards, and then they turn around like they're trying to set up their blocks, but it's so drawn out and obvious what they're doing. He's getting fucking waylaid in the backfield by like 3 yards behind the line. I don't understand the thought process at all. But then we still managed to look like we were going to have a miracle. Oh, there was a pick six. To put us outside of the number with like 2 minutes to go. Navy runs a 2-minute drill, goes and scores. And then for some reason they go for 2, sitting at 11. They're down 11, and they decide to go for 2, which, where is the logic? Why do you go for 2?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why do you go for 2? Did you have 10.5 and you were trying to cover? Because I had 11. All you had to do was kick the extra point. They decide to go for 2 to make it a 9-point game as opposed to a 10-point game. And obviously they didn't get it. So just a brutal turn of events to turn out to get a push. Then we went on a stretch where Central Michigan minus 4.5 was a bad pick. Did not show up. I'm done with the Chippewas. I'm done with McElwain. Texas minus 23.5. This is typical fucking Texas. Typical Texas. 21-point lead essentially in the first quarter. It's like the first minute of the second quarter. They're up 21. They're dominating. Houston couldn't do anything. They had like 5 yards of offense in the first quarter. And then I don't know what happens.
Yeah.
Ewers ends up getting hurt, sprains his AC joint. But this game was, it was well obvious that they were not going to cover well before Ewers got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Defense reverted back to the same old bullshit. This is Texas off a bye again. This is supposed to be the year that it's different for Texas, and they're the real deal this year. In years past, they come off a bye lethargic, playing like a bunch of bitches, and that's exactly what they did. They started off good. Should have just bet them first quarter. Would have been the easiest bet of all time. And then Houston got all the momentum. Got a chokehold on the momentum, and Texas couldn't do anything. So they held on and won, but came nowhere near covering the 23.5 when you're up. I think it was 21-0. It would finish 31-24, something like that. So that was frustrating. Miami plus 4. They got it done. They closed it out. Klubnik, not good. We ended up going to overtime, so it got to the point to where there was no possible way that Clemson could cover. So that was nice. Miami's defense played well.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I said going into it. I felt like Miami's defense played well against North Carolina. They played well in this one. Clemson has some serious issues with Klubnik. I don't think he's the guy. So, and then my last one was Duke plus 14. Joseph was on the right side of this one. It sounds like we both agree that this would have been different if Riley Leonard didn't get hurt. But, I mean, ifs and buts. If I was on the other side, I wouldn't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, everything that I felt like Duke would have success doing, they did. And they had a chokehold on this game, too, it looked like, when they got the pick 6, and then they immediately give up a kick return touchdown, which you just can't do. And then Riley Leonard hurts his ankle again. And they turn into a strictly run the football team. Florida State's loading the box. There was no threat to throw, so they go 3 and out every time. Defense goes back on the field relentlessly. 21 unanswered in the fourth quarter for Florida State. And we lose by 18 when we had, at one point, a double-digit lead. I don't remember what point it was in the game, but we go 5-5-1 on the week. I thought it was going to be the week we were going to get them. 25, 32, and 4. 4 pushes. 4 and 5 in my locks of the week. So we got back on track with the locks. I feel good about my lock this week. See if we can kind of keep that momentum going. You had 6 plays.
Yeah, I was on UTEP as well. Not close. Marshall plus 4. Yeah. I thought Marshall's defense played well.
Yeah.
It was Fancher had negative 66 rushing yards because of sacks.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of playing behind the chains a lot in this game. Marshall wasn't able to do hardly anything on offense. The only touchdown they scored in this game was a kickoff return. So
They dropped a couple interceptions. I was keeping an
Yeah.
eye on it, like in the red zone over the
Yeah.
middle. Should have definitely been caught.
it was like there was still a chance there if Marshall could just put one drive together and maybe backdoor, but they weren't able to put any drives together. Like I said, only touchdown was a special teams touchdown. UCF nearly won this game outright.
Yeah.
They failed a 2-point conversion to send it to overtime. Texas Tech -4.5. Texas Tech turned the ball over 5 times against BYU. Another game where BYU was outgained, and the final score.
Are you throwing in the towel on Texas Tech?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Texas, we talked about it. Texas -23. Houston fights back. Houston has found a lot of success throwing the ball later on in this game. And then Georgia State +3. This one kind of became a sweat because Granger got knocked out with a concussion.
Oh, did he really?
And I had a kind of sweat. The backup was able to put one drive together and score a touchdown, but we kind of had to hold our breath there at the end.
Yeah. But
Interception in the end zone for the win.
really. So you go 2-4 on the week. That brings you to 20, 24-2, 5-4 in your locks of the week. There's no question that we need to do better.
Yeah.
Is this going to be the week?
Yeah, I think so.
Joseph, you went 3-0.
Yes. You talked about 2 of them, the under 48 in Penn State and Ohio State. We were thinking alike in that aspect. That one hit with ease. My lock hit with ease. UCLA -17.
Yeah, they beat the shit out of
They
them.
beat the shit out of them. This line wasn't where it should have been.
UCLA went to a different quarterback.
Yeah, Garbers looked very good.
He's much better.
Oh, yeah.
The other dude sucks.
Dante Green.
Yeah,
Dante
Dante
Moore.
Moore. Yeah.
Dante Moore, whatever.
He's a freshman.
Yeah.
Dante Moore?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well, he sucks.
Well, there was speculation. They were saying that they were giving him like a lot of leniency because they're afraid with the transfer portal that if he doesn't get playing time, he will leave.
Yeah, well, fuck him. Garbers look better. I don't know what year Garbers is.
Yeah, he looked much better.
And then you had Florida State.
And then, yeah, you talked about that. I was just on the right side of that one.
So, what's your overall record?
That brings me, so overall, the 3-0 brings me to 19-11. And in my locks, getting closer to 500 at 4-5.
Okay. All right, there you go. This is hopefully the week. I'm hoping that this is going to be the week. At some point, it's got to be. Dude, I got to stop looking at this score. I have a game in play currently. Liberty Western Kentucky under 61.5. All right, does anybody have Wednesday?
No.
Part of me wants to take FIU with the points at home. I don't currently have anything. Maybe I add it. Who knows? Currently, I have nothing. Do you have anything, Joseph?
No.
What about Thursday?
Nope.
What about you?
No, I was looking at the Georgia State-Georgia Southern game. I don't know about Granger. I don't know his status. You probably won't know anything until Thursday.
Yeah. All right, well, I do have a play for Thursday. Syracuse and Virginia Tech. The line currently sits at Tech -3, over under 47. I looked at this one for quite a while. It essentially boils down, for me, will Syracuse be able to take advantage of a porous Virginia Tech run defense and stay ahead of schedule? They have Virginia Tech's 103rd in the nation in rushing defense. Or, what's that fucking noise?
A helicopter.
Jesus, man. Good thing we live here and not somewhere else. All right, let me run that back. Syracuse and Virginia Tech. Biggest question for me, is Syracuse going to be able to take advantage of a porous Virginia Tech rushing defense, 103rd in the nation, or will Tech load the box and force Schrader to attack their 8th-ranked passing defense? Their secondary is very good. They struggle to stop the run. Q started this season 4-0 and has since lost 3 straight. They're about to play their 3rd consecutive road game. They've scored 10 total points in their last 2 games against 2 defenses, both outside of the top 50. I'm going to take Virginia Tech, a much different team at home. They're going to be playing Inner Sandman, 65,000 fans, 65,000 fans going crazy. I'm going to take them first half, though, -0.5 point. I'm going to kind of, hopefully, they ride the energy. I'm trying to get in and get out before Syracuse rushing attack and wear down the defense. Kyron Drones stepped in for Grant Wells, who got hurt for, I think, the entire season. He looks good. 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. The biggest thing is he takes care of the football. I went back and watched a good bit, and it doesn't look like he's really putting the ball up for grabs too much. He can run a little bit, dual threat ability. Syracuse's defense has got pushed around in the trenches their last 2 games. And then, offensively, contain Schrader in the pocket. They don't really have the weapons on the outside. Virginia Tech does have a couple guys. They have a couple capable running backs. I'm hoping we can ride the energy of this one and try to steal a win on a Thursday. I'm going to take Virginia Tech minus a half point in the first half. Do you have anything for Friday?
No.
What's that full game line?
3.
Okay.
I thought about that as well, but I don't know. This will be one of those where they win by 20, but they were tied at halftime. But yeah, 3 points.
Gotcha.
Well, I have Friday as well. Florida Atlantic and Charlotte. A standalone game on a Friday. Right to it. I'm going to take the under. I nearly took the 49ers with the points. I just can't trust the offense, but defensively, Charlotte's not half bad. FAU's not the high-powered offense of old. They've failed to score more than 2 touchdowns in 5 of their 7 games. I do have question marks by Charlotte plus 5. Looks like the line's come down, actually, since then. I'm going to take the under 41.5. With the line coming down, clearly people are backing Charlotte. There's no way you back Charlotte without backing that defense. Their offense is horrific. So the defense has got to lock in under 41.5. We will look ahead to Saturday. You can go ahead. What's your first one?
My first play is a 2:30 kickoff. BYU at number 7 Texas. Texas is 17.5-point favorites. The over-under is 50 points. BYU was outgained again last week against Texas Tech, but they won the turnover battle 5-0. BYU now ranks 117th in the nation in yards per play, and somehow they're still 5-2. Even with Ewers out, I think Texas still has a tremendous advantage here. That they run the ball well enough to take advantage of BYU's poor run defense. Texas's defense against the pass last week struggled a little bit, but I think they bounced back against a BYU team whose passing offense ranks 94th in the nation. So I'm going to lay the points again with Texas. Texas minus 17.5 at home this time.
Okay. Yeah, I looked at it. These motherfuckers. All right, I am going to take – my first one on Saturday is going to be UMass and Army. So I've been keeping a close eye on the – I don't know why my connection's going down. I've been keeping a close eye on the service academies as of late. Obviously, we're on Navy and Air Force last week in that game, and then LSU just played Army. They're taking on UMass. UMass is allowing 225 rushing yards per game. UMass is not good at football. They're 1-7. Army's 2-5. They have some winnable games ahead on the schedule. If they want to try to make a bowl game, you got to go out and handle business in this one. There's possibly weather in the forecast, and Army should be getting their starting quarterback back. That has been out for Bryson Daly's been out for the last 2 games. I'm going to take Army minus 9.5. I don't know. I mean, if you're giving up 225 rushing yards a game and now you got to play Army, any of the service academies, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to back Army here minus 9.5. What is your first one for Saturday, Joseph?
I'm also on 2:30 games. I'm on 3 of them, but for the first one, I'll go with Virginia at Miami. I'm going to take the Hurricanes minus 18. From what I've seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, I've seen that Van Dyke is expected to be back here. Virginia's coming off a high last week with the biggest upset. Might even say the whole year. Not off the top of my head, at least. Maybe we could find one, but that was a huge upset.
Colorado upset TCU. I would probably say that one was. But yeah,
that was like a 21-point spread. Yeah.
What was it was they just upset North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
What was the spread on it? Do you know?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what it was exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a big upset. Nobody thought that was. Nobody saw
for
that
sure.
coming. But yeah,
sure.
it's in the conversation for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a huge upset last week. I think they're going to be coming off a high and a little bit of a letdown spot. I mean, you're not favored, so I don't know if you could say letdown spot, but they could come back to earth here against a good, Like you mentioned already, a good Miami defense, especially against the run, ranking 7th in the country, giving up only 2.7 yards per carry. And that doesn't bode well for a Virginia team that does not run the ball, averaging only 3 yards a carry. So I see a tough time for the Cavaliers to get it going on offense. And I think the Hurricanes can get it right with Van Dyke back under center.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, is Virginia going to be up for this game after they probably partied like fucking crazy after just knocking off North Carolina?
I feel like I've had a good amount of games like that this week. I mean, this year.
What's your next one for Saturday?
Number 8 Oregon laying 6.5 on the road against number 13 Utah. The over/under is 49. Oregon ranks 3 in the nation in yards per play. Utah ranks 102nd. Oregon's defense ranks 23rd in the nation in yards per play allowed. Utah's defense is also pretty good as well, ranking 36th in the nation in that category. Last week, Utah did a good job defending Caleb Williams, but they gave up 6.3 yards per carry, 3.7 line yards per rush against USC. I think Utah is going to be outmatched here in the trenches, so I'm willing to lay 6.5 on the road with the Oregon here. The rumors, my speculation that Cam Rising wasn't going to return this year is true.
Yes.
That came out last week, so I'm going to lay 6.5 with Oregon.
I'm on them as well.
Okay.
I am as well.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
There you go.
That's the first real consensus this year.
Yes. Yes, no ad.
And I have everything you just said. I basically agree with everything you just said.
Yeah, I'll just say what I wrote down, but yeah, I mean, that's essentially what it boils down to is, like, yes, Utah just won 34-32 against USC. That's a pretty big upset win on the road. You could kind of classify that as a letdown spot, I would say. That's a huge win against USC. And the way they did it, coming down to the wire at the very end, Oregon's season is still, that's what I have. Oregon's season's still right in front of them. You just saw Washington with a banged-up Penix nearly lose. If Oregon runs the table, wins the Pac-12 championship, they're back in the playoff. More than likely. I don't see any other path that they wouldn't be because Ohio State and Michigan got to play each other and yada, yada. So Utah's defense is good. It's not, like you just said, that USC was able to run the ball all over them. The problem was that USC couldn't allow a very subpar, underperforming Utah offense, only averaging 345 yards per game, 161 passing yards per game. They couldn't stop them. They allowed them to score 34 points. So I'm back in Oregon as well. They're still struggling to move the chains on third down. Oregon, go out and handle business. And yeah, I mean, we may be talking about Oregon in a couple months from now and playing in the college football playoff. So I think it's a good spot for Oregon. After the tough, late, heartbreaking loss against Washington, they came out and handled business against Washington State. Didn't fall into the trap there. I'm going to take Bo Nix is playing good on the road.
Yeah.
Bo Nix has been playing good on the road all year. So I'm taking Oregon as well, -6.5. So all three of us are on it.
Yes.
All righty. I think I only have my lock left, and it doesn't feel good. I feel like I need more. How many more do you have before your lock?
One more.
Before your lock?
Yeah.
How am I done before y'all?
Well, because you had
all the
Wednesday
early
and a
games.
Thursday game.
What are your thoughts on Tennessee and Kentucky? Are you on it?
No.
Where's it being played?
In Kentucky.
In Kentucky.
What side would you lean?
I really don't. I don't know. It's a tough one. I didn't think. Tennessee. Because I fucking was watching Alabama and Tennessee, while fucking Texas was letting Houston get back into the game. Mm-hmm. So I kind of wasn't even paying attention to the Texas game at that point. But Tennessee looked okay for a while.
Yeah, they broke down in the second half.
Yeah.
I kind of want to lay the points with the Volunteers.
Yeah.
I really do. If you stop the run, Tennessee's defensive line's good.
Yeah.
It's actually really good.
Yeah.
So if you can stop the run against Kentucky, life becomes tough. Devin Leary's not exactly lighting it up. I know he's got a decent touchdown to interception ratio, but they're averaging less than 200 passing yards a game. Tennessee's balanced on offense. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Tennessee -3.5. I might regret it. We'll kind of harken back to this next week, see if it was a mistake. But Kentucky just got beat 38-21 against Mizzou at home. So Leary threw 2 picks. Let's see, what they rush for. They had 179 yards rushing against a lesser defense, obviously. But, yeah, they allowed Mizzou to score 38 points. I'm taking Tennessee with the points, minus 3.5. Joseph, wait, you have one more, you said?
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
UL at South Alabama. South Alabama is 10-point favorites. The over-under is now sitting at, I think, 55, so we've seen that climb a little bit. South Alabama's a good team, a balanced team, ranking 27th in the nation in yards per play and 20th in the nation in yards per play allowed. UL's defense here is the big concern for them. They rank 86th in the nation in opponents' points per play. I'm going to lay 10 with South Alabama here.
Okay.
At first, I was initially going to shoot at the over, partially because UL's defense gives up some points, and then UL's offense isn't bad, but we saw them struggle a little bit last week against Georgia State. Now that number's jumped up, I'm just going to go ahead and lay the points with South Alabama.
Okay. Yeah, I don't dislike it. Joseph, what is your final one before you lock?
We touched on this team a little bit with my recap. I'm going back to them. Same spread. Colorado at UCLA. I'm going to lay the 17 again here with UCLA. We know Colorado. They are dead last in the country in total defense, giving up 6.2 yards per play and nearly 500 yards per game. And like we just talked about, I like the way Garbers looked last week against another weak defense in Stanford. He showed good poise in the pocket. He was able to scramble. He made throws on the run. He was able to run the ball, which only adds on to their great ground game as it is with Carson Steele and TJ Harden. This is a tough task for Colorado's defense. I will say it's a tougher task for UCLA's defense than last week as well with Shedeur Sanders and company offensively, but I think they can get enough stops again in this one to win by 17.
Yeah, the only thing that would worry me there is that, which I don't know nothing this year, but Colorado is coming off a bye.
Yeah.
So they've had plenty of time to plan.
So that's what I was going to ask too. Do y'all think that might be one of the reasons, or is it just because it's Colorado and Dion? A lot of the public is on Colorado in this one, which it's like you just seen them lose to Stanford.
I mean, they can score.
They can score.
Yeah, UCLA's defense is pretty good though.
No, it is. Yeah,
are they definitely going to go to garbage? You think?
Oh, without question.
He was he started the season and then got benched in favor of
well,
the
dude,
other.
That other dude's been playing like dog shit.
Yeah.
He threw the pick 6 against Utah. They lost 14-7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they nearly lost to Washington State.
I'd be very surprised if they don't go with Garbers.
No,
again.
there's
He
no
looked
way.
good.
There's no way they don't go to Garbers.
But I mean, do you think that could be a reason why, or is it just because it's Colorado? It's Dion. It's the popular pick. Because what do you see? I mean, UCLA looked great last week. Garbers looked good, and then you got Colorado who just lost in overtime to Stanford.
Yeah, but it's all about like I said. I mean, Colorado's coming off of a bye.
Yeah,
they can score. It's a lot of points, and they've proven that they can score. You've got. I mean, if they go to more, that's a whole different story. I don't think that they will. Garbers did look great, but it is against Stanford. It's like they benched him for a reason and went with more. I don't know. It's a good bit of points. I certainly wouldn't. I'm not going to be on the Buffalo money. I'm not going to back Colorado.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's kind of. I saw that game. I would lean UCLA, but I don't know. It's an extended bye too. I think they lost that game on a Friday, so they had one extra day.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, this is one that I thought about for a while. It was one of those ones where you're like,
and then they're a team without a lot of depth. If the guys are a little bit more healthy now.
Yeah, definitely.
After going through those tough games.
I couldn't find a reason. I sat there and thought about it, second-guessed myself. I just couldn't find a reason not to take the Bruins here.
Well, it's also Dion's first year at Colorado. We don't necessarily know how he responds off the bye weeks. What if they schemed it up fucking like there's some unknown there.
Yeah.
But no, at the end of the day, what it all boils down to is UCLA should dominate the trenches like every team has dominated the trenches. It's just going to be how much success does Colorado have on UCLA offensively? Because because UCLA does want to run the ball. They want to establish the run. If Colorado goes out and scores to open the game and gets a stop, then it's like, okay, well,
you'll know quick.
If you get down 10 points or something like that, now you got to kind of go away from what you want to do. But no, they should cover it. But also the back door is open in these type of games.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting. I mean, now that we've got the discourse on it and talking about it, we'll be able to kind of refer back, see where our thoughts were, and how this one plays out.
You have that pulled up, or did you just now?
Colorado and
yeah, it's at 17, right? Okay,
yeah,
because I saw it moving a good bit.
Yeah. All right, all I have left is my lock. You as well?
Yep.
Everybody. Who went first? Did I go first on locks last week?
I think I did.
You did? You positive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost positive.
Oh, fuck. Are you sure?
No, I think you did.
Okay, because we got to keep it consistent. All right, most important bets of the week are locks of the week.
It's a lock, Kramer. You've had this thing under control for almost 3 years now. But it's a lock.
They need that fucking juice. They need that next bet. They need. Come on. Yes! When they win, they go fucking crazy.
You're a bad motherfucker. Go in that shower, grab your fucking nuts, and tell the world somebody's sniffing my fucking nutsack today. Cause I ain't got time to fuck around no more.
I'm going to Marshall, laying 3.5 on the road against Coastal Carolina. The over-under is sitting at 45 points. Coastal has struggled establishing the run this year. They're getting stuffed on 23% of their runs. They rank 80th in the nation in yards per carry, averaging only 3.8 yards per carry. Defensively, they rank 110 in the nation in yards per play allowed. Marshall has lost 3 games in a row now against NC State, Georgia State, and James Madison, 2 of the top Sun Belt teams. I don't think Coastal's in that tier anymore. They've taken a step down. I still think Marshall's a good team, even though they've lost 3 in a row. One last key statistic, Coastal ranks 117 in the nation in sacks per game. That was a big problem last week against James Madison for Marshall. I don't think that's going to be a problem this week, so we're going to lay the 3.5 with Marshall for the lock of the week.
Okay. Alrighty, for my lock of the week, I've been on the wrong side of this team pretty much every step of the way this year, but that changes now. I'm going to Notre Dame, a team that has badly needed a bye week after having the 8th toughest schedule, coming off the destruction of USC. I think we see a fresh, rejuvenated Notre Dame team taking on Pitt on their second back-to-back road game in a hostile environment. Pitt hasn't won a road game and is losing them by an average of 10-plus points, and that was against Wake, Virginia Tech, and West Virginia. Now it's a big step up in competition. Offense is going to be extremely hard to come by for Pitt. Djokovic has been benched. The backup's not good. I don't understand. I think Notre Dame's going to run them out of the building here. I'm taking Notre Dame minus 19.5 as my lock of the week.
Damn.
Is that yours as well?
No, but you remember what I was telling you when we played pool? I could not pull the trigger because I felt like I had too many favorites. That was one that I liked, but I already had 3 favorites, and
it's my journey this week.
Yeah,
I got 4
Good
favorites.
luck, brother. You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what, when you said that, it's not so much about being on favorites. It's about, like I said, it's more road favorites.
Yeah, I get more nervous if like all my bets are road teams, and I'm like,
yeah,
I wasn't fucking paying attention.
Yeah.
Or something.
True.
And just it's different spots, I guess.
But I like that one. I like Notre Dame in that one too.
Yeah, they better come out and handle business. They have to.
Yeah.
They finally get the bye week that they needed, and 19.5. I think it should be. This should be more like 24.
Yeah.
All right, what is your lock of the week?
For my lock, kind of a boring one here. I'm gonna go to Purdue at Nebraska in Lincoln. I'm gonna go under 39.5. This is a weather one for me. There was a quick weather turnaround in Lincoln this week as opposed to last week, and their 17-9 victory over Northwestern, where there were sunny skies and it was in the 70s. It was good weather. This week's game is expected to be in the low 40s. Going to be a cold one with a 50 to 70% chance of rain and scattered winds throughout. So I think points could be hard to come by here for Purdue in this one against a pretty stout defensive front for Nebraska. Nebraska ranking 4th in rushing defense, giving up only 2.3 yards per carry. And they're also 8th in the country in team sacks, averaging 3.5 per game. So I see that front getting the card, stuffing the run, getting some tackles for loss. I don't see Purdue getting the ground game going, which is going to make it even harder on Card to open up the passing game. So I think points will be hard to come by. I'm going to take the under 39.5.
Okay. All right, to recap, I am taking Thursday, Virginia Tech minus a half point in the first half. Friday, the under 41.5 in FAU versus Charlotte. Taking Army minus 9.5. Oregon minus 6.5. Tennessee minus 3.5. And my lock of the week is Notre Dame minus 19.5.
I'm on Texas minus 17.5, Oregon minus 6.5, South Alabama minus 10, and Marshall minus 3.5 for the lock of the week.
I'm on Virginia at Miami. I'm taking the Hurricanes minus 18. I'm also on Oregon minus 6.5 on the road against Utah. I'm taking UCLA minus 17. And for my lock of the week, I'm taking the under 39.5 in the Purdue and Nebraska game.
All righty. There you go. That is our best bets of the week for college football. We now turn our attention to the NFL. And it was a tough week in the NFL, at least for me. To recap real quick, started off with a winner. Saints and Jags over 39. Hit with relative ease. That was the only winner we had all week. Bucks minus 2.5. It was there for the taking. They didn't take it. Dolphins plus 2 was a weird game, but the Dolphins, Tyreek Hill drops 2 touchdowns. One was a guaranteed walk-in touchdown. Could have been a different game. Their defense is just not very good. Green Bay, Denver over 45.5 was a horrific bet. At least in the first half, it stood no chance, and then they kind of started putting things together a little bit. If we could have got one more touchdown drive, we could have made things interesting there. And then Browns minus 2. Got burned by a 2-point conversion again. Deshaun Watson gets hurt. More quarterback injury misfortune. The Browns lead a 2-minute drill touchdown. Or not even, no. It was late game. Multiple bad calls to even give us a chance. It was great. 3 consecutive times they tried to throw it, didn't get it. They run it on 4th down. Kareem Hunt gets in. They're up 1. They go for the 2-point conversion. They don't get it. So just like Navy plus 11, the Browns minus 2 does not hit due to a missed 2-point conversion. So we go 1-4 on the week, brings me to 14-20, 2-5 in my locks of the week. We've been extremely slacking in the NFL. It's time to fucking turn the ship around. Starting now. So you went 1-2.
Yeah, me and Joseph were on the Saints minus 1. We talked about it. The Buccaneers minus 2.5. We were gifted the damn touchback. Desmond Ridder fumbles the ball just short of the goal line into the end zone. That would have put the Falcons up by 2 scores. And then the Buccaneers take that drive, get down to the end zone, but aren't able to punch it in, have to settle for a field goal. And then, of course, they kick a coup. He makes them all the time.
Every time.
Oh, so annoying.
Every time.
It's like, without a doubt, I know this
What a
is going
play
to be
by
Mayfield.
I was literally talking to somebody on the headset, and I was like, he never fucking misses. I was saying it exactly like that. No, he's incredible.
What a play by Winfield, though, to give y'all a chance. Like that touchback,
Yeah.
that was a really good play.
What do we?
And then,
Where he punched it out.
Oh,
yeah.
across.
Like
That
he
a
was
Well, we
just
nearly
short.
had another one with the Drake London reach.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be one itself.
Oh, yeah.
All right. What?
And then I had the Broncos plus
Oh, I thought
1
you
for the lock of the week.
Yeah. So you hit the most important one. So you go 1-2. That's 14-11. 3-4 in your locks of the week. Joseph, what was your record?
1-3. Another back to the bad weeks after two winning weeks in a row.
God, yeah, so we all did fucking
we did bad.
trash.
Yep. We talked about it. Saints minus 1. Saints suck. Just over and under if they're ever on Thursday Night Football. I'm not taking them again. I was on the right side of the Dolphins at the Eagles. I had the Eagles minus 2.5, but I also took the over 52.5. We were 6 yards away, although you can't bank on that in the late, garbage time. They're just going to nail the ball out, so that kind of sucked. And then another one, my lock sucked last night. 49ers at Vikings. I was on the Niners minus 7.
Mm-hmm.
They turned it around quick. I was impressed with the Vikings offensively. I thought Cousins did a great job. He hung in the pocket all game, making really good throws. Jordan Addison is proven himself. He's going to be a good receiver in this league. He already is. just missed opportunities for the 49ers that McCaffrey fumbles the ball on a touchdown drive to open the game up. That kind of switched the momentum from there. I didn't feel good about it. So tough week, 1-3. That brings me to 10-19 overall in the NFL and 2-4 in my locks.
Okay. All right, we look ahead to this week for the NFL. Buccaneers and Bills on Thursday. Buffalo's 8.5-point favorites. Over-under sits at 42.5. Who feels good?
I'm sorry, 2-5 in my locks. My bad.
Okay.
I don't feel that good.
Yeah, but I don't think we
feel that
felt
bad.
good on any Thursday game.
No, I like this
Yeah.
one better than the most of the ones this year.
Which way you going?
Me?
Yeah.
Bills minus 8.5. I had it. It was at 7.5 yesterday, but I've seen it moved up to 8.5.
Yeah, it grew quick.
Yeah. Yeah. They just came off a tough divisional loss to a bad Patriots team. Although we know that defense shows up at home with Belichick. But I think this is a bounce back spot for them. You could say the same about the Bucs, but I trust Josh Allen over Baker Mayfield in this one. That's what it comes down to for me. If you got two good defense going against each other, I'm taking Josh Allen to move the ball and score points in that battle any day. So I'm gonna back the Bills in this one.
What are your thoughts?
I'm gonna take the Buccaneers plus
That's the
8.5.
side I was leaning. It's a lot of points. Bucs defense is good. Josh Allen turns the fucking ball over a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. Like the most in the league in the last 3 years.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty certain.
Jeez.
I think he's accounted for the most touchdowns and the most turnovers.
That's crazy stat.
The problem with the Bucs is they can't fucking run the ball, but their defense is playing great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They've been getting Rashad White involved in the passing game a little bit. And
Yeah,
it's
Mike
kind
Evans. Mike Evans still looks good. The
of helping
deep ball
out
touchdown.
a little bit.
The Bills are banged up on defense as well, though.
Yeah,
Where's
they are.
Milano? Is he back?
No, he's out for the season. I'm pretty sure.
Did he get season ending?
Yeah.
Obviously, we
As
know
Tre'Davious White as
Tre'Davious White's out. Their safeties have been banged up. Yeah, I don't want to do it, but I mean it's a tough one either way. I was considering the under too, but
What's that at?
42.5.
Yeah.
It's pretty low.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bucs plus 8.5. It's a lot of points. Back door will be open at the very least. All right, we look ahead to Sunday. I'm going to take the Packers at home. What are your thoughts on that? In a pick 'em.
Yeah. I will probably lean the Packers. I'm not sure about the Vikings,
Yeah, me neither. And I think I could see people jumping on them because they just beat the Niners. But, I mean, there's question marks with the Niners. They had a lot of injuries. The Vikings defense is still not good. I mean, the Niners should have been able to exploit it a little bit more. I don't know how many sacks Minnesota finished with, but I mean, when you banged up on the offensive line, it makes things a little bit more difficult. I'm going to take the Packers at home. Vikings play in the Dome. They want to be on turf field running fast with the receivers and all of that. It's going to be a little bit more difficult out here. Let's grow the grass a little bit longer, make life a little bit more difficult. Pound the rock with A.J. Dillon, Aaron Jones, and let's see if Jordan Love can get a win at home. Packers in a pick 'em. What is your first one for Sunday?
I'm going to go to Jacksonville minus 2.5 on the road against Pittsburgh. The over-under is 41.5. Usually I always take the Pittsburgh unders, but here I'm going to go over 41.5 for this game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why do you feel?
Well,
Because I'm considering Jacksonville with the points.
Yeah, I was too, but it's like
I say considering. I'm taking Jacksonville with the points, but I have it down on my card.
that's what I had. Then I scratched it out and said I'm going to take the over.
I feel like
their defense, although it's good, it's not as good as I thought it was.
them being Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I think they're playing, yes, but I think they're starting to play their best football at the right time. I mean, they're on a 4-game win streak. Obviously, they got the 2 wins across the pond, but they got a good win against a scrappy Colts team, and then obviously they beat us. It was kind of a tale of two halves. They were definitely more in control in the beginning. I don't know, dude. The Steelers it is a struggle to put points on the board.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with, like, on paper you would expect Jacksonville's defense to be a little bit better than it is. It's not I don't know. I'm taking
I
Jacksonville.
mean, they
minus 2.5.
27 to us.
Yeah.
Could have been 34 going to overtime if Foster Moreau doesn't slow down in the break of his route a little bit. That would have been a more catchable ball, but
Yeah.
yeah, I just think this is a little bit too low.
Yeah, I think ETN's playing great. I think they have a ton of weapons on the outside. Trevor Lawrence is, I think, settling in a little bit more this season. Like I said, I mean, they've gone 23, 25, 37, 31. So they're on a good stretch of scoring. I'm expecting Jacksonville to be able to find the end zone a little bit in this one. So hopefully they find it a lot, and then the Steelers can find it a couple times. A couple really good throws for Kenny Pickett to pad his Pro Bowl campaign. Anthony Richardson done for the season.
Yeah.
Back-to-back years. Matt Corral, Richardson.
Yeah.
Not good.
Shit.
Not good. Hendon Hilker, though, is just in the wings, learning the position, getting ready to take the league by storm. What is your first one for Sunday, Joseph?
Eagles at Commanders. I'm going right back to the Eagles here. Last week we saw them bounce back nicely against Miami. Getting it together on offense after being held in check the week before by the Jets. I like that to continue here in this one, even on the road against the Commanders team, who we just saw lose 14-7 to the Giants. Granted, that was on the road for them as well, but I like the Eagles to continue rolling here, minus 6.5.
We think completely opposite in the NFL. I'm not on it,
I
but
mean,
I
I'm
was
10-19.
I was strongly
doing something.
considering the Commanders here. I was interested to see if you were going to be on it. Are you on it?
No.
It's a divisional matchup. That's the only thing for me. Going on the road, laying nearly a touchdown in a divisional matchup's never easy. So, I won't do it, but
And they already played, correct? Isn't this the one that the Commanders played tough the whole game? They were up like 17-10 at half, and then the Eagles won by a touchdown in overtime, I believe,
yes, 34-31.
or by a field goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you have a point here. They played them tough.
Well, these teams
Last
just
time.
know each other. It's
Yeah.
like the Falcons. The Falcons know us. You know your divisional opponents better than anybody else, so they're typically closer games. All right, I'm gonna go to. How many total do you have?
I have one, just my lock left.
I have one more in my lock.
Slim pickings in the NFL.
No, it is. That chair's killing me. I want to take the Broncos +8 at home so bad. I'm going to do it. I mean, we just watched them play them close. Offensively, Chiefs look like they fucking woke up last week, which was great for your fantasy team. But the Chargers' defense is not good. Neither is the Broncos, but they just played in a 19-8 game. Granted, it was on a Thursday, so short turnaround. But I don't know. That's about all I got. It's a lot of points for a home dog in the NFL and a team that you just showed that you can contain a little bit. Let's fucking kneecap Travis Kelce. Let's try that on for size and see how much that offense moves the chains. I'm going to take the Broncos +8 at home. Joseph, how many more do you have before your lock?
I just have one more.
Okay,
My lock.
go ahead.
I'm gonna go Falcons at the Titans. I'm gonna take the Titans +2.5. Getting the points at home. The Falcons they're coming off a solid win, although that could have easily been a loss against the tough Bucs D last week, and I think they're gonna have another challenge here with that front in Tennessee. Ritter doesn't do much for me. The Titans are gonna have to slow down the run game. I think Bijan will probably be back, considering he just had an illness.
Hey, goddamn better be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sucked.
Yeah,
You're telling me.
yeah.
Well, I have them in 2 other leagues.
Yeah, me too.
And I fucking lost by 13 in one of them. And this is like a league where 20 points for the running back is like
A
easy
given.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I think that front will have success against this Atlanta running game where they have somewhat success on offense. And I like them to do so and make life difficult on Ritter trying to get rid of the ball in the pocket. He'll have to use his legs, and Tennessee knows that. I think they'll be able to stop that and get Henry going on offense. So I'm gonna take the Titans plus 2.5 at home.
we think opposites. I'm on the Falcons. I got it -1. I said there's a 2 available today, so I'll take -2. The Titans are kind of in a fire sale, and I think it's about to pick up even more. Kevin Byard, they just gave him to Philly for nothing. Their best safety, best guy in the secondary, gave him to Philly for nothing. Derrick Henry's rumored to potentially be on the move as well. Buffalo maybe clearing space for him. People are speculating. I'm taking the Falcons. They were the best team rushing the football last year. If you're getting rid of old vets like Kevin Byard, possibly Derrick Henry, Jeffrey Simmons might be on that fucking list. The Titans they're not in win mode at all. So Falcons are 4-3, and they're very much in the mix in our shit-ass division and are currently in the playoff picture. So Bijan will be back. They have young weapons. They just have a trash quarterback and an idiot for a head coach. Fucking fat piece of shit with lint in his belly button. I guarantee it. I'm taking the Falcons -2 on the road. Run game travels, and the Titans are fucking getting rid of their players. So I have. What do you thought about the Patriots? +10.
You think they're back?
Fuck no, but I think Belichick knows how to scheme.
Yeah, they did scheme well in the first matchup.
They always typically scheme pretty well. And I mean, they're definitely not coming in this week like, oh, we fucking suck. Like, they have a little bit of high hopes after last week. You just beat the Bills. That was in Buffalo, though, right? Or was that in Foxborough?
I don't recall.
It was at home for the Patriots. So now they're going on the road. So it's not the second back-to-back. Yeah, I mean, this Dolphins defense is not good. I don't know. I'll hold off on that. I really want to. It feels like too many, but it also almost feels like too obvious. I don't know. All I have left is my lock. You as well?
Yep.
Alrighty. Our most important bets of the week for the NFL.
It's a lock, Kramer. You've had this thing under control for almost 3 years now. But it's a lock.
They need that fucking juice. They need that next bet. They need. Come on. Yes! When they win, they go fucking crazy.
All right, for my lock of the week in the NFL, I am going to the Los Angeles Rams versus the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to lay the 6.5 at home with the Cowboys. It's time. It's time. They got a good win against the Chargers, but the offense still looked mediocre. The Rams have impressed me this year. I feel like they've played well above expectation. Kyron Williams is on IR. They're leaning on Darrell Williams and whoever the other running back is. Nobody gives a shit. The defense should be able to get off. If they can't establish the run, it's going to make Stafford's life difficult. This offense for Dallas has to get clicking. 20 points against the Chargers on the road on a turf field where it's easy to put points up. Not going to get it done. Now you're back home after a West Coast road trip. Get back home, put some points on the board, beat the dog shit out of the Rams, and let's cash a lock in the NFL. Got to get back on track.
Who is the other running back? It was a notable former college running back.
Royce Freeman, Zach Evans, and Darrell Henderson.
Zach Evans went to Northwestern, right?
No, he went to Ole Miss, and then before that he played for who did he play for?
Well, Zach Evans didn't have a carry.
Yeah, they didn't even play him. They were going to throughout the week, and then they decided to go with Darrell Henderson and Royce Freeman.
He might have I can't remember who he played for before he transferred to Ole Miss.
Yeah, he did go to Ole Miss. Who am I thinking of? That's not even the guy that I was thinking
Might
of.
have been TCU. He
Ronnie Rivers?
No. Ronnie Rivers went to fucking Fresno.
Oh, I thought you meant who are you thinking of for the Rams running back?
No. That guy that went to Northwestern. He was a good running back.
White guy?
I think it was Zach. No. I think it was some Zach.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, go ahead. What is your lock of the week?
Kansas City -8 at Denver. Damn, them boys is cooking. No, I'm kidding. I'm taking the Broncos.
Are you really?
5.0 yards per carry 2 weeks ago against the Chiefs. 5.8 yards per carry last week against Green Bay. There's no secret what you have to do against Kansas City and the Chiefs. It's run the ball. To keep it out of Mahomes' hands. The defense is playing a little bit better, but I think 8 is too many points for the Broncos at home. So I'm going to take Broncos +8.
Big time missed field goal. Big time missed field goal. All right, Joseph, what is your lock of the week for the NFL?
Man, I can't. I'm 10-19.
You taking the Chiefs?
No, it's just it's kind of what I am taking. It's the opposite of him. It's kind of against what you were thinking in it. And I just can't get on the same page with you guys any week. I just can't. I don't know why. I'm not seeing the board good, but
I mean, neither am I.
I'm hoping this changes here. I'm going with another bad weather one. It's the Jags and the Steelers. From what I've seen, it's a 60% chance of rain. I'm going to go with the under 41.5 in this one. The Steelers defense is back at home, where you touched on. We know they tend to show up every time they get back at home. TJ Watt and this front should be able to slow down ETN, who's been carrying the ball very well, and get pressure on Lawrence. Offensively, they did play better last week. One of their better games of the year against the Rams, beating them 24-17. But with the weather, I can see those kind of, I guess you could call it inconsistencies that we've seen from Pickett this year come back against a pretty formidable defense in the Jags.
There you go.
Steelers are giving up 400 yards per game.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but
Defense isn't as good as it.
Y'all go ahead.
maybe you're right. But, I mean, we saw it against Baltimore. Back at home, I thought they played pretty good. Held Jackson in check.
He's giving you.
No, this is a healthy.
No, I know, but he was shying away from the debate.
No,
Is there supposed to be wind?
That I didn't see.
Rain doesn't
see-
matter. Wind matters.
Yeah, you might be right in that one too. I didn't see anything about wind. I saw it was a good.
No, I'm
percent
fucking
chance
good.
of rain.
I'm good at diagnosing other people's picks and be like, I don't like that. And then, but my picks lose, so I can't figure out mine. Like I didn't like you going against the Vikings on Monday. That's what I said. I felt like at home at the touchdown, but it's like I didn't like it. I didn't dislike it enough to take the Vikings. But like we were talking about, like the injuries and all of that. Like it reminded me of the Chiefs. It was like week 1, which I don't even know if. Well, who was
Chiefs Lions.
And we were on the Lions.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's certain, like, I feel like I know how to bet the NFL until it's like, oh, I got to look at it and go, I'm taking that one. But from afar, it's like when Trent Williams is out, which obviously they were all questionable, and McCaffrey ends up playing.
Well, Debo was supposed to play, and then after we recorded, I think the day after, they're like, he's out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, with
that doesn't help.
Like a hairline fracture or some shit.
But you don't see.
Yeah, I thought when we recorded, I was under the assumption that Samuel was more likely to play than McCaffrey, and it was
was.
the opposite way around.
Yeah.
But throughout the week, that's what I saw as well. Like the reports were that he was expected to play.
Yeah.
But I mean, even in that one, it's like I don't expect Purdy to make those 2 terrible throws at the end.
I don't know, because I've been saying, though, that
I thought he was throwing it good.
Yeah, but he's put shit up for grabs. We were on, what game were we on against them where he kept throwing shit into double coverage and it would get tipped and just fall to the ground, or they caught it off the tip? It was recently. I think it was a Thursday
It
game.
might have been when you took him against the Cowboys. I don't know.
No,
I
they beat
don't
the
know
dog
if
shit
I
out
bet
of 'em.
against the Niners yet.
Hold on.
But then you got McCaffrey fumbling on the opening drive to go up 7-0.
How much is that? Because he's got a hurt oblique.
Well, no, I mean, really though, like it was a good run. It was like 6 yards, and then while he's going down, they punch it right out.
Yeah.
You know, I think that made the difference. I think that 49ers would have had a good chance to cover.
It was the Giants. It was the
Okay,
Giants
yeah.
game. We were both on it.
Yeah, I remember now.
So what do you think then? Since you're on the Jags, right? If you
I
had to run the total.
don't have anything in terms of that one with the total. It's a very low number, but it's tough. I'm just taking the Jags. I think the Jags are more likely to find the end zone. So I think they're clicking well. They're playing their best football at the right time. Lawrence looks better. They have weapons. ETN's playing great. So, but they have shown the ability to get beat on the back end a few times. So can Kenny Pickett maybe hit a couple deep balls to George Pickens? I don't fucking know.
400 yards per game? Is that? Jeez, no, I didn't know that. I mean, they have been inconsistent. They have.
Well, you got to think they've got a rookie corner in Porter who's playing well, but he's
playing
going to
pretty
make mistakes though. He's playing well when like you see the highlights when he picks one off over Odell though. We're not really watching real closely though. It's like Trevon Diggs. If you just watch ESPN, you're like Trevon Diggs is fucking incredible. But that one year, it's like, oh, but he's giving up the most He's given up the most receiving yards out of any DB, and he's getting burned. It's boom or bust. It's a pick or it's a touchdown. So they have a lot of young guys on that defense. Is Fitzpatrick still banged up, or is he playing?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I didn't see anything on that.
Yeah, but like with Purdy, though, like that's why I pulled up this Giants game. There was multiple times where he put it over the middle where it's like, that should have been fucking picked, and it's tipping off his hands. But it's also, he's got life kind of easy for him with the surrounding cast. And if you look at the 3 people that were questionable, it's the 3 most important people to that offense. That's what we talked about. McCaffrey, who scored a touchdown in 16 fucking games in a row, which is incredible. He's the best player in football. It's not even close. But then you take away the best left tackle in football, and then the chain mover, do it all, can play running back as well, type of wide receiver. That's a lot of guys that you can just, like, we can make some of those passes and fucking I go hut and fucking toss it to McCaffrey and then go ahead and score us a touchdown. I think Purdy is good. Purdy's far exceeded expectations without question. But he's not going to be an elite quarterback. He's not going to be a Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes type of guy. He's going to be a game manager that you can win with, but do you think Purdy's better than Garoppolo?
Yeah.
Yes.
How much better?
A good bit better.
Right
You do?
now?
Yeah.
Talking about Garoppolo when he took him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Garoppolo played good that year.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
I don't think Purdy's got like incredible arm talent.
No, he doesn't. But I mean, there's some of the throws he makes are fairly accurate. He's got good touch. He can put on the ball for the intermediate and middle of the field throws, where he gets it over the linebacker and in between the safety.
Yeah, he's got.
And that was one, ironically.
And he's still a young player. Like,
No, yeah, definitely. Yeah. So it's not, I guess, fair necessarily to compare him to Garoppolo, who got to sit behind Brady and then has kind of traveled his way around the league. But they've lost their last 2 games against a good defense and a poor defense. He's thrown 3 picks in his last 2 games. It's the 3 picks he's thrown all season. He's thrown 2 touchdowns. Was there weather in the Cleveland game? I don't even remember. We were in Houston.
Yes.
So you take down with a little bit of a grain of salt. He had a 44% completion percentage, only 125 yards. But last night he had a 70% completion percentage. But I mean, you had the 2 picks. He was only sacked once, but
Which the 2 picks were, like, the last one especially. Or no, the first one was Juwan Jennings. He was expecting to cut sooner than he did. And like you said, he puts good touch over the middle, over the linebackers, and so he was trying to lead them to the spot he thought he would be at, but he just overthrew it.
But you also have to think, too, if you look at last year, the Vikings were what, an 11-win football team, 12 wins maybe?
Yeah, they won. They were 11-0 in 1-score games.
Yeah, it was all close.
they
No,
were
that's why-
13 and Vikings were 13-4 last year.
Okay.
Yep.
And so it's like this year, now we're like, oh, the Vikings are trash. But in large part, they brought back pretty much everybody. They don't have an aging Dalvin Cook who's not doing anything this year. But outside of that, that offense still has everybody. Yeah. So
except for JJ.
Yeah, with him being hurt right now, yeah. But still, they've got so many. Dude,
I was impressed.
Hawkinson's on the Vikings, right?
Yeah, Hawkinson too.
He's like one of the best tight ends in football.
They don't use him enough.
No, they don't. He's probably second best, third best.
Well, they finally did last night. He had 11 catches. So.
But
Cousins look good.
It's just a lot of points at home, on their second back-to-back, their second of consecutive road games.
And that's where that bounce back spot can get you sometimes.
What do you mean?
Like I said, a lot of my games, I feel like this year, were either letdowns or bounce back spots, and that to me was a bounce back spot. Even though it was on the road, I understand that. But
well, it's like there's something to be said for playing consecutive games on the road. Teams typically don't play as well that second road game.
Yeah.
Like they beat the Rams by 7. They started the season with back-to-back road games. They killed the Steelers 30-7, and then they go on the road against the Rams. They win 30-23. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. To recap my NFL picks, Thursday night I'm taking the Bucs plus 8.5. I'm going to take the Packers in a pick 'em against the Vikings we just talked about. Falcons -2, Broncos plus 8.5 or 8. What do we say?
8.
Jacksonville -2.5, and my lock of the week is the Dallas Cowboys -6.5.
I'm on the Buccaneers plus 8.5. The Jacksonville Pittsburgh over 41.5. And we're going to take the Broncos +8 for the lock of the week.
Thursday night, I'm on the Bills -8.5. Then I move to Sunday, Eagles, Commanders. I'm taking the Eagles -6.5. I'm taking the Titans at home +2.5. And for my lock of the week, Jags, Steelers under 41.5.
Alrighty, there you go. That is our best bets for college football and the NFL. Got to get back on track at some point. Might as well do it this week. For anybody listening right now, I have a play going on as we speak. It's the under 61.5 in Liberty, Western Kentucky. If anybody listening right now, you want to go back and check and see if I ended my night happy or extremely fucking mad. It's 14-10 at halftime. They give up a 50-yard touchdown with like 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Take that away, and we're very much on track. Yeah. But we still are. So we'll see what happens. Do you have anything to say before we go?
Nope.
Do you?
Go Ducks.
Episode 168 is in the books. We have our first official consensus, like Joseph just said, Oregon Ducks -6.5. It's now or never. I'm trying everything I can. I'm wearing every piece of jewelry I have. I'm wearing the Caleb Williams jersey. I'm going to go get my hair cut tomorrow. I got bad luck in my hair. I got to get it out. I'm going to the church tomorrow. Everybody out there that wants to, hey, you that pick loss. I know. And it's eating me up. It's ruining my weekends. Every weekend's ruined. We turn the tides starting now. Y'all have a good one. Who dat?
The house always wins. Play long enough, you never change the stakes. The house takes you. Unless, when that perfect hand comes along, you bet big, and then you take the house. Been practicing this good. A little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed.
That was good. I liked it.